I'm going to describe now something called a MARPE. MARPE stands for Mini Screw Assisted Rapid Palatal Expander. That's the generic term for any expansion appliance that is screwed into the palate being the two halves of the top jaw. The top jaw is two separate bones separated by a palatal suture down the middle. So we use an expansion appliance that actually traverses the two sides of that mid-palatal suture and expands the palate. The beauty of that is that when you expand the palate, you are also improving airflow through the nose. So when the palatal expander is placed, for women, we will place it and often use about 6 screws. And the beauty of the evolution of the appliances is that most women don't require a surgical assist. However, men, especially men over about 35, do require a surgical assist, and we will go into greater detail about that. The amount of discomfort is much less than the kind of surgical assist that used to be done. But there is a way that we can loosen up the mid-palatal suture and make it much more predictable that the expansion will happen. That's for men. For women, we're tending to place the screws and the appliance, and we're slowly expanding for both men and women. And over time, the pressure builds up and then the palatal suture will separate. And at the same time, we are now using Invisalign both on the bottom and the top. The bottom is to allow the expansion of the teeth on the jawbone, kind of like petals of a flower opening, widen the lower teeth that are compensated and leaning inward for the narrow top jaw. We are undoing that compensation. For the top, the Invisalign is keeping the space between the two front teeth from getting too wide. So while the expansion's happening, we're making it so that space doesn't open up too much, and then we actually can close the space up entirely while we're expanding.